Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Rizka Azizah Pisella from International Relations Department, Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University. And as you can see in this slide, I want to deliver my speech about international relations students that must be able to speak English. Have you ever gone abroad? Or do you have a wish to go abroad? As a student of international relations students, I'm sure you must have a big desire to go abroad. One of many aspects that must be prepared before going abroad is have enough English skills. Due to this language is very universal and can be used for communication in over the world. So, English becomes very important, right? Especially for students who are studying a department that is concerned with relation among the world. Many people assume that learning English is difficult, but actually it is easy. In this slide, I mentioned 3 reasons why English is difficult, and I also mentioned 3 points that English is easy actually. The reason that makes English difficult is because people are lazy to learn English, and it is not our daily language. There are also arguments that English is difficult to learn, even though we can learn English in a fun and easy way like watching a movie or listening songs in English. The other thing that we don't have to be able to speak English because we live in Indonesia and we speak in Indonesia. But we, as an international relations students, should not think like that because English is an important language in international relations. In this occasion, I'm going to deliver how important English is for international relations students. I will highlight 3 reasons why we must be able to speak English. First, English is an international language. Mastering English can enhance and expand our careers. And the last is because there are many journals and news are written in English. Okay, we are going to the first reason. English is very important language in the world. Moreover, English becomes an international language. English becomes very important in dealing with other countries. Many of the international forums or meetings use English as the language of instruction. In other words, English is a language that must be understood by international relations students. Even though there were meetings held in minority countries that use English, the international meetings still use English. One example is the 2007 UN Climate Change Conference held in Bali, also using English as the language of instruction. Besides the meeting with world organizations, international relations students usually also join MOON or Model United Nations, which also uses English as the language of instruction. Therefore, it is very important for international relations students to know English as good as possible. Okay, next, do you want to develop your career? Another reason why we, as an international relations students, must know English well is because we can develop our careers into international levels. As we know, that the employment prospects of international relations students are usually concentrated in the field of diplomacy, MNC, and NGO, which are cover the international scope. Some big MNC, NGO, or something that related to diplomacy as a concentration of international relation, center, center or located abroad, such as Apple in US, Nissan in Japan, WWF in Switzerland, and many else. So, to be able to improve and expand our careers, international relations students must be able to speak English. Therefore, if we could speak in English, we are easier to develop our careers. The next reason why we, as an international relations students, must be able to speak English is because many journals and news are written in English. And we must be very familiar with paper assignments or something like that, which is use journals and news as the sources. In fact, the journal about data, especially work data that's supporting our paper, are written in English. For example, financial data from IMF, welfare and health data from WHO, and many else. Because of many journals are not translated into Indonesian, so if we could speak English well, we would understand the contents of the journal easily. In conclusion, I just want to say that English is very important for everyone, and in this case, especially for us as an international relations student. Learn English as best as you can and go around the world. Thank you very much. See you in other countries. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.